This is from the Petty Corner. I'm Petty Diana, and today I have Esteban here with me. He was just a part of the Power Slap camp. Welcome, welcome to the Petty Corner.
Hello, Diana. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great, actually. Pretty much excited to be here finally on your show. I know last time we spoke, we said I was gonna, try and make this, you know, manifest of me being on your show as a slapper. I'm currently still not a slapper yet, but pretty soon.
Yes. What is your background? What your sports background? I guess you could say. Do you have any like boxing or MMA background?
I mean, I did train, boxing back at a young age. I did train, when I was in middle school. I never competed in boxing. I was just training and then jujitsu as well around middle school. And then not until like college, that's when I started competing in Muay Thai. And I currently do have an amateur record of 3-0. But besides that, even also competed in high school wrestling. So those are like my combat sports experience that I do have.
Do you still compete in Muay Thai, or that's kind of in the past?
It's kind of in the past because when I did compete at 155 and 165. Currently, I'm at 205. So it's kind of like, should I go back? It's kind of like I do want to, but then to drop down all the way back down to 155, I'm like, I don't see myself ever going back to 155. Maybe like 185 would be like the lowest I could possibly, try and drop. But into then, I'm like, I don't know yet. Right now, I'm like at my strongest and everything. So.
Yeah. Um, what made you want to do power slam? Because this is an insane sport, and some people might think that's wild, but I always like to get the background story of what brought you here.
Well, what brought me first into Power Slap was that, a good friend of mine, Pono, and we both had kind of seen some online videos about it, and we didn't think it was going to be something that, that was going to be as big as it is now. I know it's still, growing, but even that, my uncle Azael Rodriguez did join, Power Slap, and he was part of the very first season. And until I got invited, or he invited me to the very first live event, I believe it was in Vegas at the Apex with when he did face Davis for the second time, and they went the distance. That was when I was just like, well, this is something that I can definitely do. I know, and I think I saw the mechanic, compete with another guy and saw him like knock him out on the very first lap. And I was like, yeah, this is something I can definitely do, kind of scoped out the mechanic. I was like, yeah, I'll take him out easily. And some other 205ers I did see at the event. So,
Okay, so I have to ask this because your uncle is, been in the top since the beginning, and his name is El Perro. I don't know if you have a fight name or ever thought of one, but could we possibly see El Perrito?
El Perrito, no, I think, too childish for me. um, I know you've been kind of been saying you want to see El Perrito, but I'm not sure. Won't that nickname, sorry. Um,
Well, you're forever El Perrito to me. But you know what would be really cool though? If they did a road to the title or like some kind of show, but with like bloodlines, because in the camp was you and Azael's your uncle, and then Jackie Thomas, which is KO Chris's sister, she was also in the camp, and I feel like they could get enough like cousins, brothers, sisters, uncles, sons in the sport. That'd be cool.
Yes, that would be pretty sure a good, season for, Road to the Title, a good reality show, just family members facing off other family members, I guess. Uh,
Yeah, no, that would be so cool. But what was the training camp like for you?
Um, it was different, honestly. I didn't expect it to just be focused on, just skills and technique. I honestly, took this seriously before going into the camp. I was, expecting, everything I was expecting, even an opportunity to, go up against somebody. I even dropped down weight. I came in at 201. I believe that's what I weighed in at. I was cutting weight and everything. But at the end of the day, it was just all technique, skills, and just mechanics on slapping. But that was pretty, pretty much what
I Oh, sorry, go ahead.
it was pretty much everything I consisted of.
That's awesome. I really do enjoy that they're doing these camps because, we're going to start seeing more people come through the door, more experience. I think that it's hard for a new person going up with someone who has a couple matches under their belt already because they have no experience at all. But at least with these camps, you know what's expected. Might make the nerves a little less, and it just gets you the proper training and technique down with the champions and stuff that you're training with. But I just had to ask you, if you do end up getting a contract, what is a matchup that you would like to see for yourself?
I mean, honestly, anybody in the 205 division, I've been ready. As I mentioned, right before the camp, I started cutting down weight. I mean, I think I was around 211, I believe, and so then dropped down 10 pounds. I thought I had only dropped like 6, 7 pounds, but no, it turned out to be more. um, but anybody in the 205 division, they better watch out. I know, well, you know, I got good, awesome feedback from the coaches. Wolverine was at a point where he was like, "You're looking pretty solid, man. Like, I got to keep my eye out for you if you're going to be joining the 205 division." Um, but that's pretty much what I can say about, for
That's so
me.
awesome. Like, what is it like hearing that from a legend like Wolverine himself?
It was pretty nice to hear it from him, especially from being at the same weight class or same division, and then for him to have that many fights under his belt, and for him to not really much give me you know pointers or feedback, and just be like, hey, like, you already got this. Like, your slap looks solid. The power's there, the speed is there. Like, there's not much what I can much more help that I can give you, besides just maybe keeping your feet planted at all time. But it was pretty exciting. It kind of lifted my spirit, I could say.
Love it. Well, Esteban, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate your time. I look forward to seeing what happens next for you. And maybe one day Justin Bernard will be pronouncing El Perrito on the stage.
Maybe if, I'll tell him just to say it for you.
I love it. Thank you.
Thank you.